Hey everybody, this is episode 2 of the Weekly Word. Okay, so let's see, I talked to Jordan yesterday, today's Thursday, and now he had kind of some big news, not about our horse though. He had a baby, him and Jordan, his wife, had a baby on Saturday, a baby girl. And so I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. So let's congratulate Jordan if you see him on having that newborn baby, and hey, that's good news. About our horse, I think you guys saw that he breezed last Friday. It looked like he went pretty hard in that breeze, and then he's going to breeze again tomorrow, Friday. And then he'll have one more breeze on the 1st of April, and that'll be his final breeze before his next race. So you guys know we're shooting for that April 9th MSW at Keeneland. A lot of you guys are coming up here, you're bringing your friends, your family, and that's perfect. But remember, Bluegrass Stakes Day is going to be packed. That's probably the biggest day at Keeneland. So I'm going to try to work with the folks at Keeneland to maybe get us a good place to meet, hang out at, maybe sit down for a minute, meet. You can talk to other members of our group. Just a place to hang out at, maybe in the sales pavilion or something, while we're waiting on our race to go off. So that'll be an exciting day, and I think some of the main question that I got from a few people was, who's going to be our jockey? Well, Jordan said yesterday that Victor would be up at Keeneland this spring, and I think he'd love to ride Faction Cat, and I think he's done a great job every single time. So hey, we got to go with him. He's going to love riding the big cat to victory at Keeneland. So yeah, a couple people asked me about that, and I think, especially, I remember that December race, Victor, when we drew the one hole in our second race, Victor did a real good job just getting us out of there, and I think he's a good commander when he's on Faction Cat. He knows how to take charge, and that's what we need on that big colt that we got. So other questions I got. Ron asked on the Faction Cat page, can I have a financial, for everyone to have a financial update? And yes, I will do that in the next video next Wednesday, because this week I'm doing our taxes. But don't worry, because our expenses definitely outweighed our profits. We had those 2 races. We raced at Churchill in November, then Tampa in December. So in 2015 we only had those 2 races, and I think we made probably, about $8,000 there. So, and our expenses are going to outweigh that. And there's this thing in Thoroughbreds called accelerated depreciation. And I'll put a link to that under here if you guys want to read more about that. But we don't even have to really do that for us this year, because we had our training bills, vet bills, all that stuff outweighed what he earned in 2016 or 15. But we may use that next year if Faction Cat hits the ground running and starts making big bank. So check that out. It's kind of interesting how the IRS works with the thoroughbred industry in that way. It's called accelerated depreciation on your asset, which our asset is our horse, Faction Cat. So look for the link there if you're interested. If not, don't even worry about it. That's what I'm going to do. I'll worry about our taxes, but we shouldn't have to pay any taxes this year. What else going on? Let's see. Oh, okay. Anthony asked about our next race after this one. And I said, well, let me talk to Jordan and see what he thinks. And then we can decide as a group, too, if you guys want to. But Jordan said the way we've given FC a kind of a break here, he wouldn't be afraid to run him back in like 2 weeks at Keeneland. So, you know, if Faction Cat's fresh, we have that luxury now that we opted not to run on the 12th of March in Tampa. We can now run, you know, a few times in a row here, you know, while in Kentucky too, where the purses are a little bit bigger. So to answer your question, we don't have a solid date, but well, let's just say if we get second in this next race, just say, then we might run 2 weeks later. If we get first, now we're not a maiden anymore, and we can't run an MSW, so we're going to have to kind of look at it a different way. So just a lot of stuff goes into this to race placement, but what Jordan said last night was, well, he wouldn't be afraid to run him in 2 weeks after the 9th. All right, and I think I did give you his breeze schedule. He's going to breeze tomorrow and then April 1st, and he's going to ship up here. And I thought it would be kind of fun now that a lot of people's March Madness tournaments are in the drain. I know I was looking forward to seeing Kentucky go all the way, but hey, you're out of there. You know, we got new teams coming in. But our ESPN tournament bracket is still really competitive, and that's for a share of our 2016 horse, which we're going to start looking for our horse soon. Okay, and let's do another contest next week. We can welcome Faction Cat back to Kentucky, and we'll have the contest at the Turfway, the Spiral Stakes. That's their biggest race of the year. And it's for 3-year-olds. That's Derby prep. So maybe it's not going to be for a share of a horse, but what we are getting is these pretty sweet, I saw a picture of them, these Faction Cat hats. They say Faction Cat on them. And hey, I think somebody in our group is going to order like 50 of them, so, you know, or like 20 of them. So we'll have them to... We'll give away one next week along with a T-shirt and for that contest, and then maybe you can see the hat then. And if you want one, we can get you one. But they're really cool. There's black and there's tan one, and they both say Faction Cat across. And they look cool. So you got to rep your team, rep your horse when you're at the track. So this is a fun way to do that, and we're definitely going to welcome Faction Cat back to Kentucky with a contest based in Kentucky. So get ready for that. And so next week's video, it won't be at the track either, I don't think, but the one, episode 4, when episode 4 drops, it's going to be at the track. You're going to get to hear from, you know, our trainer, maybe the riders, and some of the other people in our group. Okay? Guys, hit the subscribe button. Subscribe to our YouTube page. You can get all the latest updates. And if you want to find out more about the tax thing that we're doing this week, just paying, how it works, paying taxes, look at the links below and I'll put something up there. Okay, guys? Have a good day, and I'll see you next week.